already in his favor. That means that he was going to get to that next safety's zone a lot sooner than a whole bunch of the other players. So much less pressure. I think it was worth going for all that loot at the expense of the launch pad because he completely capped off on his material now as well. This is going to be the second game, though, Ozzy, back-to-back, where it's slowly but surely closing around this weeping section of the map. That means all the trees, all the line of sights that are going to block out. Now, to hold a launch pad, right? They're harder to use here.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially the crash pads as well. Crash pads will break the immediate buildings around you, but they will not break the tree if you fly up into it, which can cause a lot of issues. So yeah, blocks a lot of sidelines, like you said, though. So you can make smart rotates, kind of use those trees to hide, or you can kind of use a lot of your wood and use a lot of resources to build walls and then refarm it back up. But we're getting two very similar zones, so you got to think about which areas this kind of favors. Those players that are dropping maybe Fortilla like Dubs, as Nobu Tragics forced to Jark his first elimination of the game, and Jark having a really nice loadout. We haven't seen the floppers be too prominent in this current season, in this current meta, but Ronaldo last game I saw him in Storm popping a few, so they can definitely be used to pick up a few more placement points, and Jark has a good loadout right next to Tabs as well, set up on a really good side of Storm, and Illest and Berserk also over here. Zentildo going shot sniper now has no shield, so he needs to do something to pick up his games quick.
That's right. This is going to be it now. We talk about those trees blocking on one side. It's hard for him now to actually evaluate, right? It's hard for him to read this. He's got to cross through all the players here. And there it is. Some crash pads are going to go out, so this might be a free opportunity for him to get a free rotate. But no, the opponent was actually looking to hop in on him, and oh my gosh. Shot from the eastern portion.
Qué pena.
Again, it's Nanolite.
Eso da mucho coraje.
Nanolite with the downrange tags here. Just looking
Vaya manco. Con la beneficia para hacer eso.
His crash guys, his shield. It's going to be massive for him right now to at least keep him in the game here. On the other side, though, we're hopping over. Jack still in the low ground. See, Ronaldo's still in this game as well. Chelsea's still in this game, too.
Some big names. I believe I just saw Cal
take
down Nunes for the second time in 2 games.
What?
I swear he took him down game 1 as well. So obviously those two players finding each other quite often. Maybe similar rotates, as I'm seeing a lot of players who are dropping the same area ending up together.
Todo el mundo llevó gea o cosa mía.
Together as well. We saw Stretched and Booker game 1. Are dropping similar drops, and they're running into each other a lot, and they're having those big key interactions as Nexi trying to put that burst AR to use, as he's got more than enough ammo to take some shots, and he has that rotation. There it is, finds Kiox, and the Harpoon, which with all the items we've seen at the moment, with the crash pads, with the peppers, with extra meds, not a lot of players carrying the Harpoons anymore, as he's just struggling to grab that extra loot, and there it is, finds that benefit of the massive material boost. 109 builds left now, and the 4th flopper, so he can swap out the Harpoon for those floppers. That was a really, really good.
And here's the thing, if you guys watch Tayson's FNCS Invitational victory from the EU region, he banked on having a Harpoon and taking that through to the Victory Royale in solo, the solo setting specifically. Solos, Harpoon is so good when you're in solos because you are allowed to refresh yourself. We're seeing that now 2 games back-to-back, even in Spike slowed out here. So I feel like we're seeing a nice classic shift in the loadouts and how things are going to work out. But Spike's in a world of trouble right now. He pulls half in, half out, but he also pulls his Bobby's focus. And oh my gosh, the bailout, the get out of jail free card right there. He's going to land.
Hoy con el chinito, hoy con el chino.
Still in the game now.
Still in the game. You see those Harpoons ringing out, so I think he lost a lot of the game for that one, but he is crash pad, so fully expect Spike when he finds someone here on a wall to maybe go aggressive and try and get in and get that refresh. And now on the complete other side of things, looks like a completely different game. We have Skittles just set up in a nice busy area, pretty far to rotate. There's quite a few people in front of them and around them as Ronaldo and Rox also over here. And remember, Rox does have his hands on that mythic charge shotgun and the mythic shockwave launch, so someone I'm expecting to shape up this lobby as Crip gets shaped out of the lobby and Skittles gets the elimination. Still 4 people to go down, Monster, until we even get our second place.
54 personas en ese punto tan chico. Madre mía. What the fuck. Encima de partida de 99 no decía. Madre mía.
Which is already so congested. They're building a mini city here. Everyone trying to just
ya tienes que tener un PC de 500.000 euros.
Taking walls, taking flights, crash padding in. AJ finding this play on the back foot. SF on the back foot with 2 players on both of his walls. It is absolute pandemonium here, Monster.
It's looking like we're going to be shaping out to create a new top 10 right now. One of the few players I saw out there, though, Ronaldo was still in this game. Keep an eye on players like Coop, who was 3rd on the leaderboard, on the standings when we came into this. Blake's still in this game as well. So our top three still holding strong, gathering points, accumulating points right now, trying to hold on to the lead. They're not making it easy for the new competitors trying to step up and take this away. But it's Sid, though, with 4 points right now, who's getting active in the mid-game. He needs it, too. 8 builds his name. That means 80 material, guys. He can't get too far with that, even with the crash pads to rotate across. Okay, he's looking to set it up, though. He's trying to find anything he can. There's a little edit there, though, so he knows there was a player nearby. What is he going to do? He waits. Someone's in front of him. Okay, though. Backs up now, and yes.
Pad. Oh, he hits it. He goes up into the sky, though. Unfortunately, the harpoon, though. He goes to harpoon the wall. The
Qué buena.
So he lands the harpoon stone.
Qué cabrón a la 1 feed.
Worst timing. Sid gets the harpoon shot, and that's the mat refresh. That's what you have to watch for. Those players that have not much left, they need to have
No, what the fuck, todo el mundo con colchoneta.
And they claw their...
Viendo la FNCS en directo.
Is now making his way up on the high ground in a beautiful position. Ronaldo making his way through. P-God, Bucky, this is going to be a who's who endgame, and it's going to break down fast.
Because of those trees, and now a vertical city has been created right behind that landscape there. We'll see how that's going to handle this lobby here, how it's going to create the layer.
What the fuck, el punto a 50 personas. 40 personas y mira el punto, chavales. 40 personas, tío. Madre mía.
He's got a lot of seconds before the clock's going to continue to push here. Those crash pads are going to be put to use by other players. They're going to recycle them. Hoop sitting a little too long back here, though. Now comes the pressure of the storm. He jumps in for the loot. Yes, he needs it desperately. No, he gets caught on the back line. With the floppers, though, he's going to be able to sit in zone for a couple more seconds. Will he have enough to get out, though? Now it's going to be the key opportunity for him to hopefully find a frag here when he needs it most.
No muera, Jacob.
Barely any materials. Just 40 left now. This is it. Things are getting cooking here, and yes, that's going to be just enough. He's going to have to edit his way out. We're going to be catching up soon, though. There's 25 players in the lobby right now. That's
voto por este chaval. Voto por este chaval a muerte.
Coop fights his way back into it. I was going to say the siphon came in a millisecond on time. He went
Es
down
muy
to
bueno.
50 health in Storm, which means he just got the siphon before the next tick went through. So Coop going down, but a phenomenal performance back against the wall to pick up, I think, 3 or 4 eliminations as D-Roller already having 3 on the board as well, pushing forward. He's got the cabbages, got 11 builds, so a bit more than we saw what he does. He jumps down, finds the elimination, and then we see Aegis take down Booger as well. D-Roller just making his way through this one, trying to roll through the lobby like Monster alluded to earlier as Dubs goes down. So I've seen a lot of players go down who are in this top 10 scenario. D-Roller just set up in his box.
Oh, ha muerto Facebook. Ha muerto Facebook.
It is true, and you saw P-God there as well, still getting points, but yes, the shockwave goes out. Hold up, though. Clicks is battling up for height right now against Kaz, and I think Clicks has got it. But no, now it's going to be a battle of who can hold it. You see the builds there. Someone's trying to hold on to height. It's D-Roller. He manages to make his way all the way up to the top, and he's got the biggest refresher you could ask for. 900 medium ammunition.
Pues todo lo que sea por Van Nistelrooy, tiene nada. En cualquier momento puede trolear.
There's less than 10 people left in the lobby. He already has 4 eliminations. Can he make it 5 here, Ozzy? He's looking for anything. He is desperate to prove to the rest of the community here at the NA East region that he is someone to be feared. On the low ground, though, Clicks
El RG chavales.
the bailout, the second point there.
2 kills. 13 match.
He has a refresher too, so he has just enough mats though. He's gonna keep it going.
No lleva nada de mal.
Palms down the tree to get those extra builds, and D-Roller has to make something here. If you have this loadout, if you have high ground, you've been given everything. You need to prove that you are here for a reason, that you can close out games like this.
Van Nistelrooy, confío en ti. Quedan 3 chavales. ¿Quién ganará? Van Nistelrooy o René Rogerclich? ¿Quién ganará? Porque le queda de vivo y gana Van Nistelrooy. Confiaba en él. Confiaba en él a muerte. 5 kills. 26 puntos en total. Ha ganado con 5 kills. Buena.
Although he didn't catch a lot of eliminations, he still did a fair job finding some of the points that he needed there. We're going to be shooting it on over to the boys at the desk
to
break down the action. So do me the favor, Zeke, take it away.
Number 2 here in NA East. A little bit different, a little bit picking up the pace. We're slowly getting there. We're warming up. looks all good, all good. They're waiting. They're like, AZ, just hold on. This isn't it yet. Just be patient, buddy. I'm like, all right, I got you. Don't worry. Great game there, though, coming out of DeRoller, finding himself that victory royale. Now the question is, what did the standings look like? Coming out of this last game, we know that Blake did get the victory royale last game. The question of the day is, does he hold on, though? Let's take a look together. Sundown, break this down for us.
So I think the biggest thing to note here is what does the pace look like right now with
En primer puesto, Vanish de Roger, 26 puntos, 8 kills, una victoria. Yelty, Doof noveno, Yelty sexto y Vanish de Roger primera. Yelty, vamos Yelty. Yelty, 4 kills, 19 puntos. Oakop, 10 kills, 24. Ese es Vanish de Roger. Lo han dado. Si son 24, 10. 8 por kill. Y toda la branda de victoria, qué suerte. O 4 de victoria, 5. No divine. Pigot. NRG. Ronaldo. NRG Ronaldo. Vanish K. Quasi, Jade, Han, chino mierda. Vanish Bully. No, NRG Clicks. O está mal escrito, no sé, pero... ¡Buga! No puede hacer eso. Si gana la World Cup no puede perder la final de CC. Todo el mundo buga. YouTube, buga, gana la buga, este como lo... Me he motivado. Tú eres feísimo, Down. Este es el que lleva el Fornite, este, pues me cago en todos vuestros muertos. Arregla ya el Fornite, que vamos mal. Hijos de puta. Con 4.500 millones ahí metido. 400.000 billones ahí.
And that's what the Vanish Boys did take advantage of, right? Kaz and both the Roller, they've suddenly come out of nowhere. Right? With these, everyone at the top eliminating each other, say, okay, you created this.
El wifi, amigo, el wifi. Amigo.
And that's kind of the story of the Roller too. Like back in the Invitational, he won that.
Amigo. Con 400 billones de euros y no con un wifi de mierda. Puf. Corrector, todo el mundo diciendo corrector. De Roger. Pam. Venga, muerto para el lobby. O sea, que mareo de aquí. Es de mando. Buenísimo, chaval.
This is what these guys are so good at, no matter the situation, always still looking for the opportunity to get the consistent points out of elims that you can find in the end game. Something you're not used to is how easy it is to get end game eliminations when you play
Yelty. Toma mi Yelty, es buenísimo. Toma ahí mi Yelty. No voy a aceptar ninguno, me cago en vuestros muertos.
Because his ability to make it in the top 20 time and time again, he has such a high percentage conversion rate on that if he's able to start getting these eliminations, he could push into potentially challenging for that top spot.
This is the question, right? With 4 games left, who can do that? Who will do that? As a reminder, we thought it was all set in Game 5. Everything was turned on its head. That could still happen. That still has the opportunity. It's not over until that.
Si ya te va a morir, Shadow, un viejo mierda. Con más cana que tu padre.
This is grand finals here in the FNCS. We're in NA East. We got 4 games left to go. EU happened earlier. It's been an incredible day. With that being said, though, it is time to jump out of the battle bus yet again. So let's send it over to our casters, Monster D Face and Aussie Antics, to give us the eyes in the sky.
And there you guys have it. You heard it from the best of the best. We're hopping back in to the FNCS Grand Finals NA East game number 3. It's Monster D-Face, Aussie Antics here on the horn to deliver the action. And the question here, Aussie, is can D-Roller, who's had a taste of success, that first place, hold it through? Because the last time he was in a Grand Final setting, he fell short, coming 44th place during the FNCS Invitationals. But this time, he's in first place after 2 games. I don't know. Can he do it?
He's doing it. I think he can. He's doing really well. His placement timing is great. He's just making those extra replacement thresholds, because you look at him and Coop broken down on the leaderboard together, you'd actually imagine that Coop would be higher, right? Except for that one win. D-Roller clutched up the win and showed that he has it in the back pocket. So I think he's playing phenomenal. You said he's got a lot here to prove. And that's the thing. Time and time again, so once you jump up, you make yourself the target. Everyone's looking for you. Everyone knows you now. And D-Roller has been the target before in FNCS Invitationals. Can he do it in the next solo FNCS now?
Vanish de Roger.
As Polaris takes down Keox in the feed.
Vanish.
I was going to say, when we saw that map, I saw a few extra eyes on Caddy that weren't there last time.
That's right. Players trying to step it up and take the action into their own hands. Here's the thing, I want to set the stage up. Players that I'm looking out for that are scary, consistent, and they're doing it today already. It's players like Dubs, who already pulled a top 5 and a near top 10. Players like Jeltsy, who are doing the same as well, just shy top 10 2 games in a row. Players like Azers, consistency. We know that over the marathon, as the 6 games, that mental fortitude, they're not wins or big pop-offs. Just making endgame and knowing your formula works is going to be able to give you the confidence to surge you through after the 6. So keep an eye out on those guys, because they have been the most consistent and the least volatile so far. I mean, if you've been watching throughout the qualifiers, we all know Dubs has some of the best placement that this scene has to offer. So he is a pioneer of rotates and making endgames. We'll see, though, as the competition continues here, because this is still game number 3 and things are just getting started for us.
Yeah, and you got to look at some of their drop spots as well. So obviously Dubs coming out of Fortilla, which means if he can get into that vault, he has a guaranteed launch pad, but it also means that he's walking away with consistently good loot. Some of these players having good games out of more shamble pass have to rely on luck a little bit more. Do you find a few stacks of minis? Do you find the big pot? Do you find what you need? Where Dubs is coming out of Fortilla every single game with what he needs. And because of the water and because of the guys in that area, the rotation pass are a lot easier too. So you're looking at players like that to be very consistent.
Victoria 14.
We touched on the last game as well, but you have the
por eso ha ganado. Si no hubiera tenido una menos de kill, hubiera tenido
each one of those thresholds will net you an extra point
12.
as well. So those are combined with eliminations being 1. So you get your first points when
No
you
hubiera
get inside
tenido
top
12.
75, top 50, and then so on, as you can see from this graphic. But that win, 14 points in. Ooh, we see Zolaf getting some really big shots on top. I'm not sure what happened there, but he also fishes up the legendary tac shotgun. So big swing from Zolaf there within 2 seconds. His game is looking very good and very different.
Listen, I was hyped that he pulled a legendary shotgun out the water, and then to be rewarded with the Elam right there. My gosh. Talk about a nice game for Zoloft. Not so nice game for Altu. Have to figure out what happened there, but regardless, on the other perspective, who had a decent game too. He went from 1 point coming out of game 1 to scoring 9 points in game 2. That is huge. That's massive. At the start of the show, Aussie, we spoke about the fact that you need anywhere from like 8 to 10 to be the champ on average. Boog is closing that gap now, right? If he can have a good game 3, that's setting himself.